Hello everyone, it is Carol from Lily Rose Blue. How are you this evening? It is Tuesday, August 27th, and I actually do know that for a fact. If you've watched my channel at all, you know that sometimes I don't get the day of the week wrong, but I might get the date wrong. But today at work, I had to write that enough that I do know that that is the correct day. So with me today, I have Angel, Asa, and Adam, the triplets. We have Arnold and Astrid, and we have Amber. All right, so tonight, I am going to do something I promised I would do, and I just realized I needed to get one more thing, so I'm going to just keep talking as I pick this up. So I hope this finds you well. I'm reaching for something, so I apologize. Oh, you know what? I don't need this big guy. Hang on. I don't need that big guy. I'm going to get my other little, cute little Texture Boutique guy out to use here in a minute. But yes, it is very, very hot in eastern Iowa, as it is in much of the Midwest. The other thing I wanted to chat about, just to mention, for those of you who are not living in the Midwest, there is such a thing known as corn sweat. Now, we have talked about how humid it gets here because of the moisture coming off of the corn. But we are heading into the season of corn sweat. So 1 acre, are you ready for this statistic? 1 acre of corn will sweat, quote unquote, up to 4,000 gallons of water. 1 acre, 4,000 gallons of water. Is it any wonder it's humid here? No, it really isn't any wonder. And I just thought, I know you guys do enjoy hearing, you know, and I know I do, learning about little fun facts from, you know, other parts of the world. And so that is my fun Iowa fact, and actually Midwest fact for the day. So I have in front of me some various ways to colorize those white flowers. I told you that I would do a video, and I am fulfilling my promise here to you. So gardens and others, here I'm going to show you how you can go about this. So here are some that I played with. I just wanted to make sure that what I was thinking in my brain actually worked. So yeah, it did. It did. And I am going to show you some of this live. And I'm also going to, yeah, I'm going to pull this out too. So what I promised I would do was a video on different ways to colorize your flowers, your white flowers, right? So the very first thing we're going to do, and I should have gloves on, but I don't. So here we have Distress Oxide. This technique would work with any kind of ink, but I'm going to play and see if something works. So this is Distress Oxide Worn Lipstick. So here's the fun of having a Teflon mat. Okay, I'm going to spray a little bit of water, and I'm just going to pick up some color. So I got the brush wet, and now I'm picking up color off of the ink pad. Now, this is Distress Oxide. So it reacts with or blends with water. So, well, I am not picking up the color like I would like. Here we go. Okay. I just was not apparently doing this, you know, picking up enough color on my brush here. And, you know, these paper flowers are pretty porous. So a lot of what's happening here and why it's taking what feels to me actually like more ink than I think I should need is because it's paper, it's porous. So that color is just being, you know, soaking in to that flower. So that's one thing. So let's say you need this color of flower and you don't have one ready-made. This is a great way to do that. Then I've got several containers of brad, so bear with me. You know what? I think I'm going to use one of these just so it shows up. So you could paint a center like I did here. And I might still do that. But the other thing you can do, oh gosh, this brad matches my nails. You can put the brad in the center of the flower. And there you go. There's your center, if that's what you want to do. You don't have to. And you could still paint that if you wanted to. You know, like a yellow center, and then still add the brad. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Another thing you could do here, I'm gonna, whoopsies. Come on, spray bottle. Don't give up on me now. We've been friends for the last couple of days. Why are you giving up on me? Huh. Well, I'll figure that out later, but I'm going to put a little bit more water. You know, this is actually another technique that you can use with your spray stains or spray inks. So, yeah, I'll try to remember to show you that. But let's come back here. I am no artist. I'm not. I do not ever claim to be an artist. Let's see if this is going to work at all. No, I don't think. I was hoping I could pull up some more color. And see, this has gotten lighter even as we've been talking. Because again, that color is soaking in. Look at the back there. There is a lot of ink in this flower, because that is what you see on the other side. What do I want to do next? So this is Distress Oxide. Again, that means it is reactive to water. As an example, I just had this in front of me. I was playing the other night. Okay, so this is actually 3 different shades of blue that I blended with a blending brush. And then I sprayed it with water. And that's the kind of reaction that you get. Forgive me if you guys know all about, Oxide inks. I do not mean to be like a know-it-all by any means, because I'm not. I'm not sure what is going on with my spray bottle here. It's like it worked and then it didn't, and it won't pivot. Yeah, it is not. Well, I don't know if this technique's... Well, that is distressing, and I used that word on purpose. Something, and I can't see well enough. There we go. Okay. All right. So, Distress Oxide reacts with ink, or reacts with water. I'm going to spray this, and I'm hoping we'll see a bit of reaction or spotting like you see on this. Now, this might be too porous because I am not seeing any reaction, but that's okay. That's a good thing to know. That's a good thing to know. And look, more and more color is coming through on the back. And actually, I like the back a lot, to be honest with you. I might use that instead in the journal that I'm working on, because this just keeps getting paler and paler. Here's another technique. We're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. This is where I said I should have had my gloves. I don't think I have any in here, but I could be wrong. So you can simply, and I'm probably doing this the hard way. There you go. I mean, that's just another technique that you could use, is to just ink over that. You can tap, you can rub, whatever you would like to do. Again, the beauty of using a Teflon mat. Okay, so that is kind of 2 techniques in one. It is painting, right? Just, getting your brush wet, applying that wet brush to your ink pad. And it won't work on all ink pads, I don't think, but it will work on the oxides. The other technique that we just played with there was to simply put the ink pad on top of your flower, or to push the flower into the ink pad. Whatever technique you like best. And I'm going to tell you that flower is really wet. Really wet. Another technique, I'm going to move all these aside. This is Distress Spray Stain. Many companies have products like this. I think on a previous video I talked about how Tattered Angels was the first company that I'm aware of. That simple. That simple. There you go. Isn't that a beautiful, vibrant flower? And I kind of oversprayed that. If I was a really, here we go, really organized person, hang on, I am going to pick up that color on this cardstock. Fun. Now I can play with that, honestly, you guys, and maybe we will in a minute. I want that to kind of dry a little bit. You know what I'm going to do? Hang on. I got to reach. Pardon me. Pardon me while I reach. See, that was yellow. Here, we'll do this. Sorry. That is my ring light, and I have some charms hanging down from it. And so it was making noise. Okay. So this is oh gosh, come on, Carol, talk. Distress Spray Stain Tumbled Glass. The yellow was Squeezed Lemonade. Okay, I'm going to come back through here. I'm going to spray just a little bit. I didn't intend to do a tutorial like this, but hey, the opportunity presented itself, so we're going to do it. Now see how that water and that spray are reacting? It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You want to be careful what colors that you're playing with so that you don't get mud. This isn't mud yet, but it could have easily turned into mud. And of course you're getting the blue and the yellow that's making some green here. I think this is cool. I'm going to leave it just as it is, and I'll use this sometime and in some other project, but you know, I don't want to waste that spray. So, you know, you pick it up with some paper and there you go. All right, next, I'm not going to show this because my Inca rubs are dried up. You can reconstitute to a point, and I have, where I've just sprayed some water and I've rubbed with my finger. So I don't want to throw them away necessarily. But same deal. You could, if this was the cream that it was meant to be, you could rub, you know, take your finger, rub the cream on your flower, and then now you've got a silver flower, right? So we are also now going to, this is just some matte acrylic paint, aquamarine. I think lots of our friends say aqua, and that's okay. It's what makes the world go round. Somehow I got paint on me already. So acrylic paint, I'm taking my paintbrush and I'm simply painting this flower. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You know, we've talked about, I did watch Angela the Traveling Crafter and Carrie's live on Sunday. It was a lot of fun, and they played with alcohol ink. I have several alcohol inks, and I enjoy working with them as well. When I remember, I mentioned in the chat that I had taken some purple, orange, yellow, and maybe black. I'll have to look at it. And just let it dribble and run over one of those white craft pumpkins. And man, did it come out cool. It is really cool, guys. So I'll show that. It is above my head in a spot that I can't currently reach on my own. So this is a hubster thing. I've taken glass ornaments and used alcohol inks on them. I have tapped it on. I've dripped it on. I've done the resist. I'm going to call it resist, where, you know, I've got the alcohol ink. This is me when I craft, guys. This is what happens. I am the messiest crafter ever. You would do the resist, and yeah, I didn't paint so well in some spots, and it would take the color off, and the effect is pretty darn awesome. Okay, there we go. So that's another technique. I left that I didn't paint the center because I'm not sure if I want to do yellow or not. You know, do a yellow center or even just a darker center. I'm not sure. Sorry. This is probably not fun for you, but I just want to keep using the same brush. Another, I think I did a 2-in-1 technique here for you. Here is another thing. These are watercolors. These are pearlized watercolors. And I just got them out just to play, to see if it would work. And it did. So again, I'm just going to spray some water right there. And I did one in purple. I think I'm going to do one. Let's do this green color. I don't know if you can, if I'm on camera with the green color or not. So the pearls, the coverage, you know, isn't as, what's the word? It's not opaque. It's more transparent. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I was concerned that these flowers would not hold up well with watercolor, but honestly, I soaked. This flower's pretty wet. This one's really wet. So I think I probably even have less water right now on using these watercolors than I did with any of those other techniques. Now, this one's got a leaf that's kind of defective, but it's okay. It's okay. Nature's not perfect either, right? Okay, there's a green using these pearl watercolors. And I think just for fun, yeah, I'm still picking up some color. I am going to go ahead and I am going to pick up some yellow. You can spray right in the little watercolor pan too if you want. There you go. Isn't that fun? So fun. that turned out prettily, if that is a word. I don't know if it is or not. Okay. We may get some storms here later, which, as hot and humid as it has been, might not go so well. We'll see. We will see. So that was that. This was just to show you another color. However, I again did the 2-for-1 on that one, so we really don't need to do that. I looked for my chalks. I could not find my chalks. My guess is that I got rid of them because I just wasn't using them. And I know that's the case for many people, is that they just weren't using their chalks. I get it. I get it. I wonder if this is... I could get out my heat tool, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Let's see here. I'm gonna... So this is a flower that was purchased, this color. Not a whole heck of a lot of difference in their looks, is there? So, yeah, just fun. I mean, and this is a technique, excuse me. Again, if you have inks, if you have paints, and you've got white flowers, but you don't have the color or the shade that you want, this is a great way to do that. You know, the other thing, and again, you guys know this, you do. You absolutely know this. You could add white, you know, let's say this is too dark. You could add a little bit of white acrylic paint to this to lighten it up some. And conversely, you could add just a little bit of black, tints, a very little bit, like boop, the end of the brush and mix it in, and you could make it darker. Just something to keep in mind. You could, sometimes brown works too. Kind of depends on the look that you're going for. We did spray, we did ink. So now I think I want to emboss, but I want to emboss. I really want to emboss this one, but it's still just a tinge damp. And again, I'm not patient, and I don't want to get my heat gun out. So we're just gonna, oh, I know what it was. This will give this a chance to dry. 1 second. I forgot to grab this because I forgot to do it. Okay. Here's another thing you can do. And I'm going to use this green color just because we haven't used it, and why not? So I am just taking a background stamp. You can use any stamp that has, what do I want to say, a more, a design that's closer together, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We're gonna do this. Okay, so that's a technique. I didn't do the best job, but isn't that pretty? Let's see if I can fake this. Yeah, I faked it. It worked. That's a great way to add texture and color you know, I did sort all of those flowers that I had, and I'm very happy with the sorting I did and the way I sorted. That said, gosh darn, maybe we should just have white flowers and then alter them accordingly. So again, this background stamp is, or you know, any kind of pattern. You could use stripes, you could use dots. Think dotted Swiss. Wouldn't that be cute? Yeah, all kinds of things. So I like that a lot. Then I'm going to see now if this is, yeah, I think this is dry enough. And we're just going to see if this works. Now, I'm not going to be wonderfully in frame, probably, because my desk just isn't that big. Okay, where's my other, hang on. I need the other half of my plate. Where could that be? It is not in here. What the heck? Where could that have gone? Well, it's, yep, I was going to say there's about only one place, and that's the bag that I keep this in. And look, I found another embossing folder in there. So I'm going to quick look for a pattern that I think will show up. Yes, I should have been more prepared. You know, we're just going to go. We're just going to go with it, guys. Life's too short. We're just going to go for it. I don't know if this will work or not, but I have hearts. I have a heart folder. Okay. I am going to put it in my cute little purse-looking embossing device. You can also emboss on your Big Shot, you know, Gemini, those kinds of tools as well. I just find this easier to use. Okay. Pardon my reach. We're going to see if this worked. Well, it is stuck on here, which is not a surprise. It worked, you guys. Now this is kind of reverse embossing. I'm going to bring this up. Can you see all those cute little hearts? I'm trying to. There you go. I think you can see those. So that's another technique. And isn't that fun? Isn't that so fun? I am going to, this guy's still pretty darn wet. But you know what? Forget him. I'm going to pull this guy that I painted on Sunday. So one that, I mean, this might have embossed better because it's still slightly damp. Okay. This one is very dry. I never know. I always feel like I do this wrong. Okay, pardon the reach again, guys. And I always do one pass and then come back and do another pass. Just because. Okay. Do. Oh, goodness. Here's the big reveal. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to put that on that black plate so you can see. Isn't that cool? I love this idea. Don't forget to emboss. And this reminds me, Celeste at Woodland Inspired. I kept saying Woodland Creations on a previous video, and I apologize for getting the name wrong, Celeste. It's Woodland Inspired. Anyway, Celeste is the embossing queen. And here's this heart one that we did. So I think I'm done showing you some different techniques. I'm sure there's a gazillion other ways you could do some of this. But, and like I said, chalk, if you had chalk, I apparently no longer have chalk. So, yeah. And you know what? I'm going to show you this. This is that same spray. I just didn't spray it as much. And, you know, this is still wet. I'm not sure exactly what shade that's going to be when it dries. Maybe it'll be this color. I'm not sure. But, man, I love that. I love this technique. And here I grabbed a gold brad. This is when having your nails done does not work so well sometimes. There. You could use a bigger brad. There's just, I've got, sadly, guys, I have 4 containers of brads because, you know, I never do anything. I go too far. I don't know when to stop. Here, look here. So, yeah, I've got a ton of brads. Look at that flower center. Isn't that fun? Yeah. So, with that, guys, I hope you liked it. I can't decide which one I like. I like the embossed ones. I like this stamped one. And I'm sure you could, like, I could take this one and stamp over it, too. Right? You could. There's no reason why you couldn't. Just fun stuff. Fun stuff. You know what else you could do? I'm not going to do it on camera because I don't want to do my heat gun. But you could put Versamark, use a Versamark stamp pad, and then put your embossing powder on your white flowers and heat it. That would be gorgeous as well. Gorgeous. I might do one of those off camera. I'll see. And then show you the next time I do a video. But yeah, there you go. There are the various flowers. I appreciate you watching, you guys. It looks like I could have zoomed in a little further. I'm so sorry. I was too busy painting, and see, I couldn't do 2 things at once, I guess. You guys, thank you for being here. Please take care. Stay cool. Stay safe. Have a great school year, whether you are a student, a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, friend of a teacher, friend of a student, any of those things. Have a great school year. Take care. Stay safe. Have fun, people. Have some fun. And God bless. Bye-bye.